Hello, this is a how-to video on how to use Google Drive and Google Docs because they kind of go hand in hand. So first we're going to start at the Google homepage, just straight up google.com. You're going to go to this thing. In my school district, I don't know why, but we call it a Rubik's Cube. It looks like a Rubik's Cube, but just bland. You're going to hit your Rubik's Cube. This is where all your extensions and all your apps are that Google provides. So let's go to our drive. First, you're going to need a Google account. I have multiple, but we can sign up for another one, use another account, and that's just as simple as signing up for any email account that you have ever signed up for. But let's just use my school account for right now. It is saved. And here it is. It was simple as that. We hit the Rubik's Cube, you hit the drive. You don't even have to know the symbol because it says the word down here. Used our email to get right in. And this is my drive. Now my drive is a hot mess because it is the beginning of June, which is the same thing as the end of the year. And I have gotten extremely lazy. But luckily for all of you, I can show you how to organize your drive. Here I have a folder for pretty much everything that I do. Every year I go through and in September I'll make a folder for the following year and put anything specific, usually IEPs, parent emails, anything specific for that year in here. And then anything for the classroom I reuse quite often, so I just keep them in the folder. And I have a folder for each of my classes, so science, geography, language arts, math, and then I am an in-class support special ed teacher. So I teach something called Pull-Out Support Resource Class. And here is my Pull-Out Support class page. So I create a folder for this. I also have things for beginning of the year. These are all the things that I forget that we need to do. This is a folder that when you sign up for Google Classroom, it automatically makes a folder in your drive. These are sample student ones. So when I'm showing the students how to organize their drive and what they should go in, this is the one that I use instead of the one that has all of the stuff on it. This is classes, Fresno classes. This is end of the year stuff. These are all the things that I need to do in the next couple weeks. Lesson plans, parent emails, photos, all my professional stuff. This is where I keep a lot of my resumes and my copies of my certifications and anything else that I get. I always upload them in case I can never find the paper copy because nowadays usually you have to email stuff. Any projects that we're doing, Quaker Time is something that we do in my school. We do it about 4 times a year, and it's more, our mascot is a Quaker, so we call it Quaker Time, but it's more of a community service learning time that we do 4 times a year, and it's kind of a big deal. So these are all of our ideas. And the yearbook. I am a yearbook advisor, so we have a whole yearbook folder and we have tons of subfolders for every little different part of the yearbook. What you will notice though, that in some of my folder here, this looks like a manila folder that you get, and it has a little person icon. These are all folders that have been shared with other people. So other people have access to these folders. They can edit anything in the folders. They can add stuff to the folders. Not all of my folders are shared. This is shared with my personal Google account because sometimes I don't use my school one. I use my other one depending on what time of day and what I'm feeling that day. Tutoring, there's a couple other teachers that we tutor the same group of kids. So we put stuff in here. This is my team, my hallway, my team folder. So we put a lot in here. We put our calendar, important information. This is a song that we made a video for. These are our Quaker Spotlight things that we need to do. And in this folder from this year, we have any notes from parent meetings. We have any student concerns, team information, and our calendar, and all sorts of different schedules and stuff, and anybody can upload things at any time and edit things at any time. And this little icon shows you who everything is shared with. So it's basically everybody on my team, including the guidance office. But this is my main screen of my drive. So I have folders here, and then I have all of these random documents that I haven't put into folders because I have been pretending that they don't exist. And I guess now is the best time. But what you'll notice up here when you're on your main drive page is your picture, your icon for your account. This is my school account. This is my personal account. This is my school account. You have your Rubik's Cube with all your different apps, settings, name. You can switch up your views, the way you want to view things. Some students like it this way. I don't like it this way. I prefer it this way. I can see all the color coding that I do in our school. When you get a notebook or a folder, you get red for math, blue for geography, yellow for language arts, green for science. But over here is some things that I use quite often. This will bring you back. This is almost like your home button on your iPhone or your home button on Facebook. When you're in something else and you want to get back to this main screen, you hit my drive. This is shared with me. So anything anybody shares with me is going to be right here and it'll show me today and earlier. Sometimes it's earlier this week, depending what it is. Now these are student documents that are assignments posted to the Google Classroom page. And once they turn it in, it is automatically shared with me so I can go through and see who has turned stuff in. I can see their individual assignments and so far and so whatnot. This is a folder that's been shared. We have a field trip coming up this week. So our seventh grade main person, her name is Allison, shared this folder with the itinerary and the students and the busing and all of that good stuff, a map of where we're going, even though we go to the same place every year, and it's shared with everybody in seventh grade. And then these are some other things, other documents that students have shared with me. Why I forgot my IRB prompt, which I don't know why he needed that, but that's quite interesting. In my language arts class, when students forget their independent reading book, they have to create a document and answer a prompt that we post, and they share this with us. So this has nothing to do with Google Classroom. This is opening a doc and sharing, which I'm going to show you what we do. There are assignments that we're doing. A lot of teachers will share lesson plans. Students will share things with me if they want me to help them work on stuff. We had a speech for geography due, and a lot of students shared their speech with me. So we could be working on the same document at the same time, and I can be making edits. This is the shared with me. I use this very often, and I also use recent. There are times that I'm opening 14,000 documents and I don't know why I'm doing it, and then I'm like, oh man, where did it go? Well, I can just hit the recent. And this is everything that I've opened today, and then earlier this month, but really this week. Everything that I've opened in the past couple weeks, all the way down to the past couple months. I use this very, very more often than the shared with me, because I'll open something and then accidentally close it, or I'll have my computer and I won't have it in the charger and it'll die. And once I log back into it, I can just hit the recent and everything that I was just working on comes back. So go to my drive. I want to show you how we can create a new document. So let's say create a new folder. Let's create a new folder and let's title this, I'm going to be doing summer school. We call it ESY, Extended Summer School. So let's create a folder for this. This is where all of my lesson plans will go and my activities and my assignments will go. And it was just as simple as that. I just clicked up here, new folder, titled whatever I want, and it's right there. I can even change the color. I can rename it. If I don't want to name it ESY, I can rename it to, let's say I'm going to rename it to something. Sorry about that. Summer School 2018. There we go. It also puts everything in alphabetical order. So I went from ESY, which was right around here, to Summer School. Let's say I'm going to change the color of the folder. Let's give it this orange, like this sun. And there it is. Sometimes I just look for the colors. I know that science is green, and that sometimes I'm not even reading. I just hit the green button. And that's how you create a new folder. But let's say we want to share something. Sharing something is essentially, back in the day when we made paper copies of things, giving them a copy of this piece of paper. If I created an article or found an article I wanted to use in class, I went to the copy machine, made a copy of it, and I'm giving it to them. That is like sharing something with them, except for it's both of ours. So instead of them getting their own copy, it's a document that's both of ours, and we share a lot of things within my building. And I'm going to show you how we share that and then how we make copies. So let's say I'm going to share this. Let's share this with my personal account, which is kfishman82@gmail. This way I can access it. It says shared with one person. Exit out of that. And it will come up in a minute that it has a little person inside. See? There it is. It's shared with somebody. So let's go to Google Docs. You don't have to open a new tab. You could go right to this Rubik's Cube and open the docs, but I want to keep my drive up to show you, so I'm not opening up tabs left and right. I'm just going to open up a new tab, but here's the Rubik's Cube. Again, I'm still signed in. Here's my Rubik's Cube. I'm going to go right to docs. When you pull this up, it's going to give you all different types of docs. Some have already themes that they have created. They're already in certain formats. These are some of the ones that I've already done. I always just open a new doc because I have my own way. So here's a blank doc. It's just like blank Word document. Pretty much the same thing. Here it's untitled. I haven't titled this anything. Let's title this End of the Year Wrap Up. End of the Year Wrap Up Survey. So as you can see, I changed the title. The cool thing about this is everything you do is automatically saved in Drive. It even said that every change you make is automatically saved in your Drive. So those days of hitting file and hitting the old disk and save as, save as, save as, and then losing parts of your paper are gone. This is one of the things that I love Google for. All changes saved offline. Apparently I'm offline right now, but that is okay because all of my changes are saved. So I can go to my Drive and it'll be up there. So let's talk about this end of the year wrap up. I'm going to ask some questions here. Number one, what is something what kind of question should we ask them? What is something you learned about yourself this year? Trying to format it. Something cool about docs is here it automatically just numbered it for myself or for me. I don't have to go through. It'll automatically number it for me. I can change it to bullet points, whatever I want. We do a lot of text boxes. When we do a lot of online documents and sharing with the kids, the students have a hard time not having those lines as you would in a notebook or anything like that. So what I try to do is I insert a table and they know to write their answer here. Let's ask them. Let's ask another question. What is a skill you improved on this year? This is something that I'm going to post to my classroom page and I'm going to have students fill out. They can write their answers right in here. Now, again, all changes stayed in the Drive. What I wanted to talk about first, I got a little ahead of myself, was this looks very similar to Microsoft Word. This is our fonts. We have, I think, a better font selection than Microsoft Word does. I really like Short Stack and Coming Soon and Comic Sans because I am a teacher and I like things to be fun. Here is our font size, bold, italic, underline, anything like that. What I love is when you can highlight things. I can change my font color, or I can highlight stuff. Like I really want them to answer this one. I can also make sure that the font in this one is this color. So when they go to write, it matches. I can insert a link if I want them to go to a specific article and answer questions. I can post the article, but I can also just set up a link in this document as well, where they can go right there. This is just aligning, spacing. It's pretty much the same thing that you have as you normally do on Microsoft Word. Not much different here. So here's my end of the wrap up survey. If I go to my drive, I can hit recent. And here it is. Oh, that's not it. It's right here. Or I can go to my drive and look for it. Be in alphabetical order. And there it is, end of the year wrap up survey. And here I can post things to my classroom. I can share things. If I want to, I can hit here and I can hit share. Let's say I'm going to share this with Mrs. Ferris, Nicole Ferris. So here's the option. We can edit, they can comment, or they can just view it. If it's something that I don't want her to change, but I just want her to see what I have, I can hit can view, I can edit, and they can do what they want with it. So let's say that I'm going to just can edit, and I'm going to send that with her. And now that is shared, if I go here, back over here, I right click, share, it'll say shared with Nicole Ferris in one group, which is my classroom page. Let's say I want to upload something from my computer. I have these Microsoft Word document that I needed to upload to my folder that I want to have access to. So that was called home instruction. They're actually this right here. I'm doing home instruction for a student this summer. So I want to upload this to my drive so I have easy access to it. I can find it in my download. Open. Uploading one item. It'll tell me when it's complete. I can undo it or I can close. And now I can look for it. It was called home instruction and it's right here. The cool thing about this is I can open it as a Google Doc and it automatically make a copy and put it onto my drive. So let's do that. Let's open it as a Google Doc. It's automatically opening it as a Google Doc for me. It automatically adds to my drive and I can organize my drive right here. Now it says last edit was seconds ago. That was me making the doc. So let's move this. It's just on my main drive right now. Let's add it to my tutoring folder. So I go down and scroll, hit tutor, hit move. Yep. And it's all right there. Or I can organize this way. So I can add things. I can click and drag. Here's our calendar. I'm going to add it to my professional. Click and drag. Puts it right in there. Yes, I'm okay with that. Puts it right in there. I can undo this if I didn't want to do that. See, it's right back here. I can say, you know what? Yeah, let's put it right back in there. When it's in the correct spot, the folder in the background will be lit up blue. Yep, I'm pretty sure I want to do that. So I can click and drag, but then it's just in the folder. It's not organized. Many folders that I have, like my geography folder, I have them in subfolders, Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5. So if I want to put it in a specific folder, I can click and drag it to this folder here, and then open this folder and then put it where it belongs. Or I can do it a different way. So let's see. Let's take this copy of Globalization Pros and Cons. I want to put it in my geography. I come over here and I click it. I drag it to my drive. And then I come down here and I drag it to my geography folder. And then it has all my subfolders that I can add it to. I'm going to add it to my Unit 7, Globalization, and it's highlighted in blue. Oop, and there it goes. I can also select more than one thing. So let's say I want to do, here's two, my Far East checklist and our Far East map. On Macs, you hit Command, or on PCs, you hit Control, you click it, oops, you select your document, hit Command. They're both lit up blue. I can pull it. It has that 2 in the red bubble. That means I have 2 things that I'm bringing over, and I can put it right in this folder. I just click it, and there we go. I can also put things in the trash. So this is plans until park. Well, park already happened, so I can right click this, put it right in remove, and it goes right into my trash. Here's my trash, everything that I've kind of thrown away. Put right in there. See how I went right back to my drive? Google is wonderful because pretty much anything you do, whether it be classroom or sites or Google Form or Doc, is automatically saved to your drive. So there's no need for thumb drives anymore because you can put it right onto your drive. You can upload anything, videos, pictures. I have pictures. I have documents that I need to fill out for my direct deposit, any kind of form that I need to send in somewhere. I can just automatically upload it to my drive, and that way I always have access to it. These are pictures that we use for Spirit Week. I have map challenges. I have all sorts of documents put on, and it's just a great way to have everything at your fingertips. And the same thing for our students. Our school is a Google driven school. Every student is given a one-to-one laptop in the beginning of 7th grade. My school is a 7th and 8th grade school. They get a laptop they're assigned to for 7th and 8th grade. They have to hand it in over the summers, but this is theirs for the entire year. They get a Google login that we help them create, and that's their drive. They have Gmail, they have access to all the classroom, and everything is right there. So it really eliminates the I forgot my notebook and I forgot this and I forgot that, because it's all right here. Anytime they forget something paper copy, I'm always making sure that I am uploading it to my classroom page via electronic copy, so they always have access to it. And it's really awesome for parents as well. When we say in the beginning of the year, literally, if they forget something, they should check the Google Classroom page, because 9 times out of 10, it's right there. So it's a good way to help parents teach their students that they need to be, or their children, that they need to be on top of and responsible for their learning, for their homework, that's their job right now. Their job is to be in school and be actively participating. So I'm very pleased that this is the way of the world, and it's really helping me become more organized as a teacher, and I can show students that it's not just a school thing, it's for other things. I show them my friends who are using Google Drive and the Google Docs and stuff like that to help with any charities they're running or people's showers. You can use it for everything. It's not just a school thing, it can be an everyday thing. Thanks for listening.